Welcome back to Hardware on the Square in downtown St. Augustine, Texas. Got some very exciting news for you. We have figured out that you can put a fill valve in the bottom of a stock tank. You know what a stock tank is? We call them cow troughs around here, where you put your water in there and it waters up. But the floats that go on the top of the tanks, the cows tear them up and get to them, horses and all that. But this little valve right here, you can actually put it down in the tank under the water and nothing can get to it. It's a little bit tricky. At first we tried just tying this onto a brick and tying it down to the bottom of the tank. We all know how it works. There's a little trick to these valves. Have little bitty holes. Can you see them right down in the bottom of that? Those little bitty holes right there have to get air, atmospheric air, from the outside of the tank to make this little diaphragm work in there. So as long as you can take this little valve right here, make a 1-inch hole in the side of your tank, anywhere in the side of that tank, because this little thing right here adjusts the water level. If you want water that high above it, you screw it down a little bit. You want it higher, you screw it out a little bit and it goes up. No, you screw it down a little bit to get it higher and higher. You can put as deep in the water as you want to. But you put that in the tank and you tighten this thing up, get you a 1-inch hole, make sure it's a 1-inch hole so this washer can go in there and the air can still get to this side of that valve from the outside of the tank and it don't leak. But we'll take you outside and show you what we've done to make it work. But there's what you get. It's just a little old mini fill valve and it works so sweet. Here it is, mounted in the bottom of a garbage can, or we're going to call it a stock tank right now, and screwed in there. And see, we've got it adjusted where the water cuts off right there, and you knock a little out and the water will come up on. It'll fill back up to that point. It'll hold the level in there for you. We've got a couple of drips out here just because we just kind of put it together temporary, but you can just tighten those things up and stop that drip. But you got to remember to leave those little air holes in there. Don't think you can put a bunch of putty on there to stop that. You got to leave that to where you can get air and it won't leak. If you get it hooked up right, get all your joints together right and adjust that, and it works so sweet. And see, cows can't get their nose to it, knock it off. You keep that, you can actually bring your pipe up and tie it in, keep it down there covered up, and it won't freeze, and water won't, the ice won't freeze like we had one time here back in 1992 or whenever it was. It gets really cold. But come down here, purchase your mini fill valve, mount it in your stock tank, and forget it.